My girlfriend and I were already asleep when the first alarm went off. Not the loud, continuous kind, just the sharp, sudden beeping that instantly wakes you up. It was the smoke detector in the hallway. I got up right away. I checked the kitchen first. No smoke, no smell, nothing on the stove. I opened a window anyway, just in case. The moment I did, the alarm stopped. After a few seconds, I closed it again. We stood there for a moment listening. The apartment was completely quiet. So we went back to bed. About 20 minutes later, another alarm went off. This time, it wasn't the same one. It was the detector in the living room. That's when we started feeling uneasy. I checked every room, the kitchen again, the bathroom, the hallway. Nothing. No smoke, no heat, no reason. I checked the doors, locked. The windows, all closed. We went back to bed, but neither of us really slept. Sometime later, another alarm started beeping. At that point, it didn't feel random anymore. I decided to turn on my security cameras. I had them set up mainly to watch the entrance and the living room. The app immediately started sending notifications. Pet detected. That didn't make sense. We don't have a pet. I checked the live feed. Nothing there. The cameras kept sending alerts anyway. Pet detected. Eventually, both of us just wanted the night to be over. To feel safe enough to sleep, I took the batteries out of both smoke detectors. I didn't like doing it, but it felt better than leaving them active. After that, the apartment was silent. The rest of the night passed without any alarms. In the morning, when I checked my phone, I had 17 notifications from the cameras. Every single one said the same thing. Pet detected. I opened the images one by one. There was nothing on them. Empty rooms, empty hallway. Then we noticed something else. The couch. The blankets we had neatly folded the night before were completely messed up, as if something had been lying there or moving. That corner of the room wasn't covered by the camera. Nothing like that ever happened again in that apartment. And that's what bothers me the most. I was 14 years old. My parents were both gone that evening. My mother was on a business trip. My father was out with friends watching hockey at a pub. I knew I was alone. I was in my room playing a computer game with headphones on, eating exactly what you'd expect a 14-year-old to eat when no one's home. At first, I thought I imagined it. I could swear someone had called my name. I took my headphones off. Nothing. I put them back on. A few minutes later, it happened again. It sounded like my mother. I paused the game and listened. Silence. After the third time, I took the headphones off completely and left them around my neck. I kept playing, but quieter. Then I heard it clearly. My mother's voice. She called my name and said she had made a frozen pizza. That alone made my stomach drop. My mother never did that. That was something my father did when she wasn't home. I looked at my door. It was closed. Light was shining from underneath it. I knew the voice was hers, 100%. I walked toward the door slowly. There was no smell of food, no sound from the kitchen. I opened the door. The apartment was completely dark. Every light was off. The feeling hit me instantly. I slammed the door shut and locked it. Then I called my mother. She answered. I asked her if she was home. She said no. I hung up and called my father immediately. He knew something was wrong just from my voice. He came home right away with one of his friends. I heard them search the entire apartment before coming to my room. After that, they stayed. They finished watching the game at home. For a long time after that night, I was never alone in the evenings. The building had 20 floors. I knew it well. I'd been there many times. It was one of those older buildings with a strange layout. A small shop on the ground floor, offices in the lower levels, apartments above. Where I live, the number 13 is considered unlucky, so when the building was constructed, they skipped it. There was no floor 13, or at least that's what everyone said. That evening, I was visiting a friend who lived on the 18th floor. Before heading up, I stopped by the shop downstairs to buy beer and chips. Nothing unusual. I got into the elevator like I always did and pressed 18. The doors closed. The elevator started moving. Then it stopped. The lights above the buttons were off. There was no number displayed. The doors opened. I was looking at a dark hallway. No ceiling lights, no emergency lighting. The only illumination came from the elevator itself, just enough to see vague outlines of doors. It felt wrong. The air was cold, not just physically. I suddenly had the overwhelming feeling that I was being watched. I put the beer and chips down on the floor of the elevator. I wanted my hands free. I tried to close the doors. They moved, but painfully slowly. Or maybe it only felt slow because of the adrenaline. When the doors finally closed and the elevator continued upward, I felt my whole body react. Cold sweat, shaking hands. The display lit up again at floor 14. From there on, every floor number appeared normally. When I reached my friend's apartment, he immediately noticed something was off. I told him what had happened. He laughed it off, said every floor was in use, that none of them were empty. I didn't argue. When I left later that night, I took the stairs. The elevator felt wrong. As I walked down, I noticed again that there was no floor labeled 13. I didn't try opening any doors. I didn't want to know. But every time I visit him now, that feeling comes back. Like there's a place in that building I'm not supposed to see.